Is anyone surprised by this? Is anyone surprised by what we saw in the NFL this weekend? If you have been watching my channels, you are not surprised because I've been telling you all season the NFL's the drizzling shits. How in the hell could you possibly go from bad to worse? These are the best teams in your league? This is the best you have to offer? Outside of Washington, Tampa on Sunday night, I thought every other game this weekend was an atrocity. They could not hold my attention. I am a diehard fan of the NFL. I was painfully bored watching these games. During the second half of Bills-Broncos, I started rereading Scottie Pippen's autobiography. Probably the third, maybe even the fourth time I've read it. I was more entertained by that than what I saw in the NFL playoffs. The Mavs, they played the Nuggets on Sunday afternoon. I watched that over the first half of Packers-Eagles. Once I turned the game on in the second half, I immediately realized I made the right decision. I thought last night was an intriguing matchup, Rams-Vikings. I was wrong. Game was over by halftime. For the 19th consecutive week, it was another bad weekend for the NFL. I am recording this video. It's a little after 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning. As of this recording, ratings have yet to be released for the opening round of the playoffs. Now, I expect the ratings to be good, maybe even great. As bad as the regular season was, and it was bad, ratings were only down 2%. But how long can this go on? How long will this be sustainable? How long can the NFL get away with putting out a shitty product before people finally decide to turn it off? Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble upon this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Link to the main channel is in the description below. Going forward, I'm hoping that this issue with quality of play in the NFL, I hope it will be resolved with experience. Right now, there's a lot of young quarterbacks in the league. If you look at some of these stinkers this past weekend, some of these games were bad because the quarterbacks were bad. Bo Nix struggled against Buffalo, which that's to be expected. Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, they seem to be putting on a clinic to see who could be worse. Obviously, Jordan Love won that highly contested battle, and his prize was a week in Cancun this week while Jalen Hurts freezes his ass off in Philly running away from the Rams defense. Sam Darnold, I expected more from him, but Sam Darnold struggled last night in his playoff debut. A lot of people have already given up on Justin Herbert. He seems to shrink like your balls in an igloo anytime there's a big moment. Maybe some of these problems in the NFL will resolve themselves with experience. Maybe some of these problems can be fixed when these young quarterbacks just get more playing time. I can tell you with 100% certainty what's not going to fix the problem: adjusting the seeding in the playoffs. Once again, bitter NFL owners and their fan bases, they are complaining because teams with a better record are having to travel on the road for the playoffs. Vikings won 14 games this season, didn't get a home playoff game. And look, I understand the frustration, I get it. But if you adjust how seeds are determined, you run the risk of making your divisions absolutely useless. I'm sure some younger fans don't know this, but the NBA actually has divisions. You wouldn't know it because it never gets mentioned. And the reason it never gets mentioned is because divisions are useless in the NBA. The only thing that matters is your ranking in the conference. One of the things that makes the NFL so special, it's the importance of the division. Divisions are how rivalries are created. Saints-Falcons, Saints-Bucks, Ravens-Steelers, Steelers-Browns. Hell, the entire AFC North is a rivalry. Ask any NFL quarterback. Ask any of them who their toughest opponent is each season. I guarantee you it's their divisional opponents, because those are the teams that know them the best because they're playing them twice every season. Changing playoff seeding, it will make this league worse, not better. I want the NFL to be better. I don't want the league to be looking at ways to magnify this turd. Good news is, I think this coming weekend is going to be better. The matchups this weekend are a hell of a lot more intriguing. Commanders Lions should be the best game of the weekend. Rams Eagles, Bills Ravens. I'm sure ESPN is preparing to climax over Bills Ravens. This is their dream come true, a game featuring two MVP candidates that belong to different races. I'm sure ESPN has been preparing all season for this epic battle of color. Hopefully, the NFL will be better this weekend. But so far, the playoffs were just as disappointing as the regular season. But give me your thoughts on this. NFL playoffs continue the streak of suck. Out of 5 games, 1 was worth your time. Were you as bored as I was? I think it's going to be better this weekend. What about you? Sound off in the comments below. See you guys on the main channel.